Tillis. He went on in a 10-minute brutal takedown of Noem's record. He also called her out for some elements out of her book, No Looking Back.
You decided to kill that dog because you had not invested the appropriate time in training, and then you have the audacity to go into a book and say it's a leadership lesson about tough choices. Those are bad decisions made in the heat of the moment, not unlike what happened up in Minneapolis.
Well, Senator Tillis taking and running with those stories about Noem saying she had to put down her puppy and goat for bad behavior. But looking at how Noem responded to all of this, she pushed back on the narrative, mostly from the Democrats. She said under the Trump administration, there's been chaos at the border, completely reversed, 1.7 billion lethal doses of illegal drugs seized, and thousands of children who were ripped from their parents' arms in exploitation schemes, well, they have been returned to their homes. Now, Noem's agency is also trying to operate as best it can despite a federal government shutdown. Democrats sticking to their guns that they will not reopen until there are major concessions with how ICE and CBP are operating. And South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham tells me he essentially thinks that is insane.
What did you think of Secretary Noem's responses, and are you confident that Iranian sleeper cells could be
I'm confident they're here. I'm confident that we've let our guard down. Not funding DHS is criminally. This is insane for the Congress not to appropriate money to the Coast Guard, to FEMA, and to the agencies that protect our homeland. I've never been more worried about a terrorist attack against our nation right now than I am right now because of the threat level coming from Iran.
And Bianca, Republicans also talking today about just the incredibly difficult conditions that federal employees are operating under. For example, we heard that TSA agents who have just missed a paycheck, they're sleeping in their cars in between shifts, and in other cases, there are accounts of people selling blood or plasma just to make ends meet. Bianca?
Wow. Oh, incredible. All right, Alana, good to have you with us there live on the Hill. Appreciate that. Let's bring in our panel, lawyer and GOP strategist Amanda Mackey and former Trump campaign aide, author of the book Wicked Game, Rick Gates, with us. Before we get into some of the Noems, the breaking news, Howard Lutnick says he will go in. He wants to talk before the committee there. I've done nothing wrong, he tells Axios, and I want to set the record straight. So here we have the Commerce Secretary going in to talk about Epstein. His past association has been, a bit under scrutiny. But I'll start with you, Amanda, as an attorney and as a GOP strategist.